course.
get with you. I'll let you know all the stuff when we get it.
Absolutely.
Thank you. 5, 4, 3, 2, and we are live.
Okay.
Sure. Boom. We got rid of the clown show.
Oh man, good talking to her though, for sure.
Yeah, please, would you? Thank you, Jeffrey. Oh man, we in this. Big Johnny, thank you for jumping in today, Wednesday.
Of course, appreciate it.
Can we start out with some of the information you just gave? Was good insight. I think everybody old school, or maybe family doctors, might even, if they dabble in the peptide world, right? Do the old school stimulation to the IGF. How would you say it? Sermorelin.
Yep.
And there's so many better ones at this stage of the game.
Yeah. So we were just talking about like growth and release hormone peptides, and the question was do sublingual sermorelin, does it work very good? Absolutely not. It doesn't work really good, right, through sublingual. But even if you inject, sorry.
What is sublingual for those that don't know?
So sublingual is something that you would take underneath the tongue, and it would be absorbed into the bloodstream like that. At that point, sublingual is probably the best after IV, intramuscular injection, subcutaneous injection, and then it would be like sublingual would be your next best transportation rate. And then you have transdermal and all these other ones. But at that point, like, Sermorelin was the question. Now, Sermorelin, I wouldn't even use injectable wise. It's a dinosaur. It was approved in like 1970, right? This is when I first got into, this whole industry. That was like the go-to because there was nothing else. The only other things that were out there, and they mixed it with Sermorelin, was GHRP2 and GHRP6. These were growth-releasing hormone peptides, and these worked with Sermorelin to boost your natural growth hormone levels. With those, if you took those, either one, right, that would create the MK677 hunger. Okay, so that's what a lot of people used back in the day before MK was even around. GHRP2 and 6, you don't ever see them compounded anymore. I don't know if it's just the pharmacies or I didn't look into law as far as those go because CJC 1295 and Ipamorelin came. CJC is way better than Sermorelin as far as half-life wise, works a lot better. Long extended periods of time, you can use it and still get a good effect. And then Ipamorelin replaced GHRP2 and GHRP6 to help it synergistically raise growth hormone levels. But the best thing about it is it didn't raise hunger. So majority of people could take it and not get a negative effect of getting hunger because they couldn't control their appetite or what they ate afterwards. And then you go into Hexarelin and now Tesamorelin, which Hexarelin is definitely a lot better for somebody that wants to build muscle. I would use that. And then Tesamorelin. Tesamorelin is the best GHRP that you can possibly get as far as raising growth hormone levels. And it attacks visceral belly fat. So none of the GHRPs do that. They do help you lose weight and help with the metabolism, but they're not specifically designed to attack visceral belly fat like Tesamorelin does. So if you're looking for a GHRP, a growth-releasing hormone peptide, you're looking for something that's going to work very well, then I would go down the road CJC 1295 or Hexarelin or Tesamorelin. If you want the hunger effect, MK677, or if you want another oral without the hunger, Masamorelin.
Okay. Question: was the Masamorelin?
Yep.
Was that the one you said about muscle building?
No, Hexarelin was.
Hexarelin. And how does that work?
So Hexarelin it works in a different mechanism as far as raising growth hormone levels, and that's literally how you start gaining lean tissue and recovery and all that good stuff. So. It ramps up very well. I mean, it's a good one for most people that we see that I got girls that would take it and be like, I'm getting too big on it. I'm like, okay, well, okay. It doesn't say exactly that's what it is, but some of these different compounds work a little bit different in ways and they get a little bit different result, I guess.
So just so I understand, so you like mostly for the clientele, right? Because we're trying to talk to the masses, and the majority of the mass, especially in the United States at this stage of the game, I guess is over 50% are heavy
Yep.
or have fat. And
Yep.
so that's why you're kind of leaning towards probably testosterone because it helps with the fat. And then those people, I think you and I, especially you, because you're in such great shape, you have a huge demographic that I don't want to eliminate the health and fitness people. That the other one is muscle building and recovery. And is that a somewhat of a, if I say this correctly, a snowball effect because it's recovering in a different way to help you keep breaking down muscle, rebuild in a better quality, faster rate relative to testosterone that's focused more on the fat burning.
So,
so
that doesn't. So that's the thing. Like testosterone doesn't just focus on fat burning. It objectively does two things, and that's what really sets it apart from like hexarelin. So at that point, like if you're able to raise growth hormone levels the best possible way naturally, revving up the pituitary,
right?
testosterone does that. And if you're looking for something that attacks this or belly fat, which not a lot of things do, especially, I mean, there might be one or two other drugs out there that I might know that are HIV drugs that do it, that attack visceral belly fat. Other than that, there's not too many things out there that will do it. The only other thing that I would say, you know, on the backside of things is if you really wanted the best of the best, the Titan Transformation Blend has AOD, MOTS-C, testosterone, and ipamorelin. So you're getting 4 different peptides that are going to do a lot of different things. So you're talking about raising growth hormone levels. You're talking about igniting mitochondria. You're talking about weight loss. I mean, the benefits are there like in so many different ways, and it's just one injection that you have to take. So this is something that's why we call it Titan Transformation, because you could do a Titan Transformation on just that blend alone.
And is there a protocol or a recommendation from the advisors that do this for 6 to 12 weeks and then switch to another one? Or is this is all year?
This you could take all year if you really wanted to. Testosterone and ipamorelin you could take all year. AOD you could take all year. MOTS-C you could definitely take all year.
Okay. MK is more of a 12-week.
Yeah, MK, you're gonna desensitize to that. It's not gonna work as good. The hunger's not gonna be there. It's just not gonna be good, right? So that's something that you're gonna have to cycle in and off of, which is fine, because you could be on this blend, the Titan Transformation Blend. You're like, all right, cool. Well, it's bulking season. Let me put on some weight here. Let me do this 3 months. Boom, we did this 3 months. All right, cool. Got a photo shoot. Let me start getting cut up a little bit. Start working that way, and then you're there, and then you could just maintain however you want to. I mean, this is even where a TrueTide or one of those GLP-1s can come in and microdosing, because that's the big thing now is the microdosing of it, you know, and you don't have to take the standard amount. And if you want to just start losing a lot of body fat and getting a little bit of the effect, then boom, you can microdose GLPs with it too. So, you know, the world is your oyster when it's really coming to this stuff, and there's just a lot more coming. So, you know, it's just like, there's no excuse for anybody nowadays. I don't think, you know, the only excuse is you didn't try, you didn't want it, or you didn't go get it. And that's it.
That's a rabbit hole on its own, I think. And I'm one, and I know that my mindset, and I came from a different time, that I liked doing the hard things. So I do like the hard dieting, the hard training, and all this. That being said, with today's age and how some people maybe don't have that kind of desire to do the hard stuff, you can still get in great shape because of the fact that this new age world that we live in, like you're talking about, helps you even if you don't diet hard, and you're more of a macro based kind of enjoying your lifestyle.
Yep.
So
you can do it. You can do it easier than ever. I mean, it is what it is.
Is this something that, again, I guess for the person, most people should still try to change their nutrition for health reasons, for all aspects?
Absolutely. I mean, listen, Titan is built on the pillars of a healthy lifestyle, not drugs. So we want you to have activity. We want you to drink water. We want you to have a good nutritional diet, and we want you to sleep. These are essential. They're essential for a healthy lifestyle. Even if you have all the best goodies in the world, you still need to have these things in place, right? Like these should be your pillars. And at that point, your foundation, and then everything on top you can build on. But without those things, I mean, you're not really truly living a healthy lifestyle. You're just not. You can lose the weight for sure. You can stay skinny, but you might be a skinny fat person, right? Might have no muscle. You might not be internally, it might not be the best. Now, with the GLP-1s, they do help internally with a lot of different things. I mean, they're, from heart to kidneys, sleep apnea, like there's so many different things, insulin. So, as far as that goes, you still want to be healthy, and being healthy constitutes of your body moving, being active, and you feeding it and fueling it the right way and properly, and giving it the recharge it needs to as well.
I hear, and I get asked this question, is one of the great questions that they asked today was somebody talked about that their appetite is just not there now. Well, they're doing these. And so what is your recommendation about these people that are starting this and they don't have the appetite? What is your recommendation?
Prioritize what you're eating. Make sure you can try to get it down. It's hard. On some of these GLP-1s, it's hard. It does cut your appetite. That's the whole point of it, right? So how are you going to get what you need? I mean, listen, is it drinking maybe like a smoothie or getting what you need through liquid? Because, I mean, that might be an option for you. Maybe you can get that down and not have any problems. Other than that, man, you got to prioritize, certain proteins. You got to have a little bit of carbohydrates in there and definitely, some fats. But, I mean, prioritizing a meal, maybe eating a 4-ounce steak. I don't know. I'm just giving you an example of what I would eat, something like that. I would eat some chicken or something of that nature. But you're going to lose your appetite. And that's the whole thing. And when you do get hungry, you need to eat the good stuff and not waste the calories on empty calories or garbage that's not going to help you along the way. But when you're on retatrutide, you don't really lose. Now, listen, everybody I've talked to on this is what they said. They said they don't really lose their appetite. They say, though, when they go and they think they're going to eat like all this food and they order it, they eat like maybe, 5 to 10 bites and that's it. And then they can't eat anymore. So it essentially stops you. It doesn't mentally stop you, but physically it's going to stop you to do it.
Question then, because I heard you say something, and from what I understand, while they do these incredible opportunities with the medication, carbohydrates, you said you should have some carbohydrates. You explain it to them better than I do, but carbohydrates now will be utilized better.
That's right.
While using this. And so you don't have to run away.
No.
And let me say this correctly. You don't have to do such a low carb diet, which I don't think people should do.
No.
Because they're teaching their body that not use that as energy. But by using it, you can do more carbohydrates to be a balanced meal, balanced dieting, and the medication actually helps you utilize it better. Can you explain that?
Yeah, so basically, like, as far as your pancreas and insulin go, I mean, obviously the release of that, right? Carbohydrates can break down, and then you're going to start breaking down the sugars and stuff like that. Carbohydrates being utilized in the body, though, instead of your body just storing those carbohydrates, it's going to actually use it as fuel and give you energy. So by taking the GLPs, it's literally optimizing the inside of your body and how it's working.
And that's technically where this all stemmed from on the original development of the drug.
The original development of the drug was for a type 2 diabetes patient. Those were the people that this was supposed to go to. And at that point, it was supposed to lower hemoglobin A1C. Well, when they started using this product on a lot of the patients, what they started seeing was patients started losing weight. And then patients started becoming healthier. So at that point, they say, all right, well, dang, let's go take this and let's go get the approval. And they did. And now you've got weight loss drugs that are GLPs. And then they started seeing all these other benefits. And they're like, listen, we're going to go after these approvals too as well. But it really does come down to one main thing: overweight and obese people losing weight. Ultimately, that made them healthier. And why? Because of nutrition or diet. It wasn't because of exercise in a lot of different positions of people. I mean, I can throw Sharice underneath the bus where she lost 21 pounds in 2 months, exercised maybe once or twice in the gym.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a whole new world. And I know that I posted something today talking about, and is that the superstar right there?
That's my friend Eric.
What's up, my
Hey,
baby?
man.
Good to see you, brother.
Yeah.
Good to be seeing.
Yeah.
We're still here doing it.
Hoosiers this weekend, Big Ten. We got this.
The Hoosiers, old school. I like that.
That's right.
Yeah, I saw her at the Olympia, the missus, and she looked incredible. And energy
Here now.
and everything. What have you noticed?
I mean, just everything. Like, you know, as
She's
far
always
as-
a
obviously, I love my wife. I always think my wife looks beautiful. She gained a good amount of weight. She lost that good amount of weight. I know she was feeling down about it. She wasn't as confident as she would be. So that's there. More confident. And my wife is pretty confident, as you know. You know, I feel like she's just in a better, positive mood, I guess. More energy for sure. And you're kind of like glowing as far as that goes. I mean, I know like, and now since she hit the 21 pounds, she's down. I think she's down to 118 pounds, which is awesome. And it's not just about weight. I'm like, you know, how's the look too? So she's not drooping or have Ozempic butt or anything like that, which is great. And yeah, man, I think that, you know, overall, she's microdosing now, and she's feeling great. So I mean, it's, as long as she's good doing that and she's healthier, I'm all for it. So I mean, it's, you know, and I don't know how many patients we talk to per day that lost like 20 to 100 pounds. I mean, I don't know. I talked to 2 people yesterday, lost 80 pounds. That's a lot of weight, guys.
a lot of weight.
6-7 months. It's a lot of weight.
You made a great point, though. I think one of the things is if there is, or we should talk about this in the future, when they do start losing a lot of weight, and they do start, and they're only focused on the weight droppage and not replacing, you know, the foods with some more proteins, maybe to keep their maintaining of the muscle.
Yeah.
For anybody, the hollow face is something that kind of goes with. It seems like in Hollywood, at least.
Oh yeah.
I see that, and they're getting bashed right now that all these, you know, people that were saying it's great to be fat and overweight, and it's like, wait a minute. At no point is it good health wise. I don't care about your personal visual appearance. If you like being fat for visual reasons, great. I'm glad. But health reasons, yeah, it's never good. But then the opposite side happens where they lose so much and now they have this really gaunt look. Is there any insight that you guys have, or the staff is kind of talking to the people saying, hey, we need to pull back a little bit or make sure that nutrition is right? What's the 411 on this?
Of course. So obviously we're always talking about nutrition with patients, like as far as, hey, listen, you got to make sure you're eating and prioritizing these things. But we don't get too many patients that go overboard like that are, you know, so 2 people come to mind when you talk about what you just talked about. One, Amy Schumer, right? So she lost all that weight. She was real fat. And at that point, now she said, well, I didn't lose the weight because I wanted to. I lost the weight because I had to be healthy. So, all right, we just proved our point, right? So, and she was the one saying, oh, I like my body the way it is and all these things. The other one I would say on the flip side of that, the abuse of GLP-1s, and that you can see in total public is Ariana Grande.
Is that these guys all the same?
I mean, if you don't know who she is or you ain't seen her, she was a musician, like music. She looked great, and then she got this wicked thing, and man, she looks like I don't even know, man, like a stick figure. Like, it's sickening.
Where people are commenting on her IG saying, "Hey, fatty, go on a diet."
Oh,
Oh my god!
That's how bad she is.
Oh my god!
It's funny though. How hilarious is that? Come on.
Oh my god!
They're just
the pretty Spanish girl, right?
ever hear of a salad fatso?
Oh my gosh!
Mike,
Well-
if you've seen her pictures, I mean, I'm telling you, dude, it is. It's concerning.
So how can we help? How can we help that?
So we can help that by a number of different ways. I
Oh
think-
my God! Oh
Yeah.
wow!
Yeah. So you see where I'm talking about the extremes, right?
No, she was here.
That she was beautiful before.
Look at the left.
Yeah.
That's
Why?
her.
Why she in no world?
But that's what
She
I'm
was
saying.
great
So,
before.
you know, doctors that are prescribing her a GLP should be looked at.
Punched in the face.
Like, hey, like, what are you doing here, right? Like, this is almost abuse to a certain extent, where it's like, if people need it, absolutely, and everybody should be able to use it that needs it. Listen, if they need to lose 10 pounds, great, but once it starts getting over that crazy edge, it's just like plastic surgery. You got some people that get addicted to plastic surgery. They get addicted to Ozempic or whatever the hell it is at that time. So at that point, like, just gotta watch certain things, but. You know, I think, you know, for anybody else out there that it really needs to lose weight or even health wise, you know, if you're unhealthy, then it might be a good option to be able to go on and be able to try. And at that point, it might help you and motivate you to be able to become more healthier in your lifestyle that you live every day.
I got a question. What is because you're getting this help, what happens when you come off of it? Does your body, just like a bodybuilder is working out, dieting great, and they get ready for the show and they look incredible.
Yep.
Also, what they just did the last 12 weeks is they taught their body to function so much off of not using carbohydrates.
Mm-hmm.
And so by the time they're done with their bodybuilding show and they start eating carbs again, they spill over.
Yep.
Because the body's not used to the carbohydrates. It's changed the way it works. And there's a period of time that you got to reverse out slowly.
Yep.
So what's the 411 on people that do lose 100 pounds or even 20? And then they go, okay, I want to stop. I want to try to eat again. Are you back down to ground zero where your body doesn't know how to use carbohydrates again? Or
Well, I think it does, but what's going to happen is your body's not going to function optimally as it was. I mean, because the drug is optimizing things in there and making it work better, right? So at that point, like, you're going to lose some of that effect. Do I think the hunger would be as bad? Probably not, but there's a lot of people that reverse yo-yo, just like you said. Like, they use it as a crutch, they lose the weight, they come off the drug, they go back to doing whatever the hell they were doing before, and then they're right back in the same situation or scenario. Instead of, there are people that have used this, reverse diabetes type 2, and come completely off the drug and still look great and live in a healthy lifestyle because they put the things in place they need to do. Appetite was shrunk because your stomach is going to shrink over time if you're not eating, right? Only so much. So it will shrink over time. Now, if you work it back up, same thing. So the whole point to this is live a healthy lifestyle and you'll be good if you want to get off the drug. If you don't think you can control yourself, you can always microdose and you can stay on a long extended periods of time doing that. So at that point, like, you do have an option there, but why? Even if you were going to do that, still have a healthy lifestyle and you're going to get even better results. So, I mean, it works in your favor to do the essentials and to use these things as tools. And these tools will work very well if you utilize them the right way.
It's funny because you talk about, I don't know if people realize that the less you eat, your stomach and the way your body utilizes calories changes over time. And it changes as you get older. And it doesn't utilize carbohydrates as well as you get older and proteins. And that's why they recommend upping your protein as you get older. Don't run away from food.
Yep.
That being said, it's funny because Bartley, who's one of the world's greatest eaters, does around 3 gallons of water a day to stretch his stomach so he can continue to eat like that stuff. It's crazy. It's tricks to the body.
Yeah.
Tricks to the body. But my recommendation to anybody out there is, because I got a lot of DMs this last couple of weeks about this, and they want to do it and then they want to get off it. And like you said, you can definitely do that. But just like a bodybuilder gets ready for a show, reverse out slowly and be smart about it. Mm-hmm. Try to change those habits, try to eat healthy, try to stay, realistic on the meal plan, and take your time slow. Or like Johnny was saying, this is something you don't technically have to come off of.
You can microdose it and you can still eat a healthy diet and still live nutritional, optimal and still really gain muscle too. So it's not like you're going to be in a deficit. So At that point, you can eat good and you can literally have your body optimized when you're doing it. So
I freaking
really
love
up to
that.
you.
I love that. Do we have any specials going on? And because I know we had the big Black Friday last week,
Yeah.
and it was all week. Veterans, first responders,
Yeah.
make sure to let Titan Medical know that you are a first responder or military for special opportunities there. But what do you got going on over at Titan Medical this week?
So this week is the Titan Transformation one where we launched that. So that one is, I think we're giving like $100 off or something like that as far as the package goes. I think it's like $650, so you can probably get it for $550 or $575. What they're doing. That's our special this week. This week, that's what we're special. I've got a new one I'm working on for, and I think I sent you over the new one for next week. I think that's the one we're going to launch is SS31. So that one has already been FDA approved. So, and all what it's been FDA approved for, it improves mitochondria health from mitochondria diseases out there. So, like I'm telling you guys, like that is the epitome of. It's another big proponent of what's going on in our body, and we have to take care of. And if we take care of that, it's going to be even better for you in the long run, in a number of different ways. So but Titan Transformation are AOD, MOTS-C, ipamorelin, testosterone, all in one injection. Boom, done. You got it, and you'll get all the benefits from those things. And just one of those things would provide a great deal of benefits. So combining all four of those things, I mean, it's like after you see a fireworks show, you get the grand finale. That's the grand finale.
And if you guys want, you can go back to the beginning of the show. John talked about what those four do and the incredible kick you get from those. Let's jump into some questions. Jeffrey, we got some good questions today. I was at the gym, this new gym we went to today, and must have been at least 10 guys came up to me and talking about the information that you're giving out each week.
Oh, really?
Here. Yeah, and they were just like, man, thank you so much. This guy lost, he said he lost 80 pounds. And I was like, holy cow. I was going to use a machine. And he saw me walking towards it and he was going to get on there. He goes, you want it? I go, no, I'll wait until you're done. He goes, no, you don't know this, but I dropped 80 pounds from listening to you and John talk about this.
Wow.
And he's over at Titan Medical. And I was like, that's awesome.
Wow.
So,
that's
yeah.
awesome.
In 4 months, dropped 80 pounds, looked great, and training hard. So it was great to see somebody that maybe he was 80 pounds heavier and training hard and eating right then, and he couldn't drop the weight. Now, with the help from Titan Medical, he's done it. So if you guys are stagnant, you're not making the gains, it's not moving through, make sure that you touch base with Titan Medical. Go for it.
All right, my triceps never recover on time for chest day. Should I do less volume for triceps so I can keep progressing with the weights? I do 16 sets for tris. So you're doing what, 4 exercises at 4? Wait, 4.
Yeah,
4 exercises
you got
at
it
4
right.
Sets, right?
Yeah. What you
On time
recommend,
for
big
chest
dog?
day. So at that point, so I got to ask, how's your training breakdown? Are you doing chest on Monday, and then are you doing triceps on Tuesday or Wednesday, or how's that breakdown as far as your breakdown for workouts? Because I mean, yeah, if you do triceps, your chest day might be affected because they're secondaries, I guess. But I don't know. For me, I could do arms on one day, and the next day I could do chest, and still have a pretty good chest day. Some people would leave a day in between and then do another upper body. So it's like upper body one day, lower body, upper body. Then at that point you can do abs or something else, cardiovascular, and then maybe days rest and then go back into it. But it just really depends on how the breakdown is. I mean, if it's not recovering in time, I would change where you're doing these things at, I guess, right? Where if maybe I was doing chest on Monday or Tuesday, however you break down. Let's say I was doing it on Monday, I would do probably legs or something like that maybe on Tuesday, and then I would probably do upper body like biceps and triceps on Wednesday, and then like I said, core, cardiovascular, some of that, and then maybe a rest day, or even a rest day and then go into the cardiovascular and core day. So what about you, Mike? What do you think?
I'd probably go a little different. I would say, well, if you're training for strength, that's the way life is, and you're just going to continue to be sore and not recover between the next body parts as you're doing nervous system training or power. And as long as your weights are going up, I'm cool with that. Now, if you're trying to bodybuild and you're not recovering, well, it just doesn't make sense. You wouldn't train something until you're totally recovered. And I don't know, remember, tricep is just a secondary for chest.
Right.
So, you know, even though it may not be recovered, you're looking for numbers on your chest, extreme numbers again. So are you bodybuilding or are you doing power? What are you trying to do here? And then, yeah, so it's just the two aspects on what you're trying to do with your program for me. So you don't need to, we got to squat again tomorrow. My legs aren't recovered from Monday. But it's okay because we're on a power program. And so it's about pushing the limits of the nervous system. The nervous, is it okay? No, it's not. We're mental. But it's about the point is I already know I'm going to be stronger tomorrow regardless, because it's about pushing that nervous system and pounding on that for the next 8 more weeks. So that's the way the reality of it is. Now, if I'm bodybuilding and I want, you know, you're bodybuilding, you're trying to stimulate and push yourself, but it has to be recovered because it's more of a tightrope.
Mm-hmm.
It's a real tightrope. It's real easy to overtrain. So maybe just taking a couple extra days before you hit the next body part. But again, it's just a secondary body part, your tricep relative to your chest.
Right.
When you're training chest, it's just a secondary body part. And you should be focused on your chest so much, and your triceps don't play such a crazy amount of role
That's right.
on isolating your chest to be a bodybuilder.
Yep.
So I would just make sure that you're doing it right that way.
Yeah.
But anybody out there, metaphorically, this is a great question. If you're bodybuilding, less is more at the end of the day. And this is not just from me, but it's basically how it works. It's very easy to overtrain. And most people only do about 8 sets for triceps. So 16 sets is a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I would do maybe 9. And if you really want to get crazy, 12. And that's doing 3 progressive, and then you're dropping down half and doing volume. And if you want to do that, but I would do probably 9. That would probably be maybe one more set to burn it out, but that's it.
Go for another question. Good question, though, my friend.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, would like to know your thoughts on incorporating dextrose into my diet and supplements. You can?
Sure.
Yeah.
I love dextrose. Off season? Absolutely love dextrose off season.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. You know, if you can't get to a meal, you got your protein shake, throw a scoop of dextrose, 50 grams in there. It's great.
Yeah.
Or for anybody out there that's bulking and you just want to get some extra carbohydrates in there, real simple. Just like a protein drink, right? Throw it in there.
Yep.
Stan was putting it on rice,
Stan was putting on all of his meals of rice.
right? A little sprinkle.
And a little sprinkle. So he also talked about that it was just the aspect of getting more carbohydrates in
Yeah.
and a higher glycemic.
Didn't it have something to do with saliva too?
Oh, it developed more saliva so you could eat more. How crazy is that snowball
A
roll?
little trick.
Just a little
Yeah,
trick.
that's-
Saliva to eat more. It's great.
But that's
But those guys, he's working with the greatest strongmen in the world that are 450 pounds of muscle.
10,000.
Yeah.
That's a huge,
Yeah.
huge showman.
Yeah.
Imagine what they have to eat when you got Mona Marison eating 3,700 calories.
Oh, wow.
Don't hate.
Don't hate. I do
Don't
hate.
hate. Listen to it.
I do. She eats more carbohydrates than me.
All right. Do you recommend cardio while bulking? We do cardio when you're bulking, I guess. I wouldn't do a lot of it. I mean, do some walking, some sprinting, here or there, but I wouldn't do a whole bunch of cardio.
Yeah, I think, again, bulking is a surplus of calories.
Billy, are you finished?
Oh, yeah. He just walks in with all that. I'm doing the dry out the next 2 weeks because we have these big shoots. So I had to jump on the dry out to look peaked. So I'm doing a cream of rice. It's for everybody out there. And Billy's here with Bobo, and they're eating steak, Piedmontese.
Wait till you see what's at
Homemade.
the door.
Oh no.
Oh, dude,
Oh boy.
you don't
Eating
want it.
good.
We're gonna have to wait.
Bulking is a surplus of calories,
Yeah.
so you make sure you're gaining weight and strength. So I would assume that your workouts will take care of anything that you need, and then you want a surplus. You don't want to burn off the calories.
Right.
Cardiovascular, I don't understand. Maybe it's your age and you're worried about cardiovascular health. I do not know, but check out studies. There's enough studies. There's a plethora of studies talking about weightlifting is the ultimate for cardiovascular. So make sure to check that out and for your heart health.
Yeah. If you're training with the intensity, absolutely.
Yeah. I wouldn't try to step forward and step back at the same time. And that's how I think that you're trying to incorporate cardio as you're trying to bulk. Let the food do its job. We're talking about, and this might be a good one for you to answer because you're in a different realm. You got to still, and you are on the beats. Oh, you can't see, huh? You can't see this. We got Braille. We got Braille right here for you. So he was talking about he's bulking. This gentleman's bulking right now, or this person, and they want to do cardio while bulking. Or their question. Okay, all right.
Do you
All
recommend
right.
cardio while bulking?
So yeah, why would you do that?
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Because society keeps pounding down people's heads that their hearts are
Okay,
so
what
weak.
so let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So is it cardio? Is it so? I would imagine it would.
Look how frustrated you are off of that
I'm not
one.
really frustrated as much as you have to look. So I'll look. I'll be the devil's advocate and look into this. Is it cardio to lose weight cardio, or is it cardio to stay? You know what I mean? Like a walk,
Yeah,
like a walk cardio, just for I don't know, just to make yourself feel better.
I'm going to say, and this is why I thought this would be good for you, is because you still have to be active in the ring.
Yeah.
And that is no joke. And so you still got to keep your cardiovascular up.
Yeah.
Now that's different. That's so you can have the wind. So I don't know this person's point, but would you say to somebody that is bulking to add in cardio?
Not a chance.
Not a chance either.
Because
Never.
you're eating it doesn't even make sense. Like, hey, I want to do cardio, I want to stay lean, but I want to bulk at the same time. It doesn't even make sense. Like,
I'm taking in all these calories to burn off a whole bunch of them. You know?
Yeah. Hey,
sense.
should I do that? Should I do that cardio right after I eat all this?
So I think this is a great question. And I think this is also a question because of stuff that you see online. And again, sorry about the overload of information. Now it's too much information and it's bad information. I think, Johnny, you can also talk about this. People don't realize that your body uses calories or food, even if you're not working out.
Right.
And it seems like the world has come to the point where they're so mentally weak that if I eat today, I'm going to get fat.
Yeah.
So wait a minute, hold on. You're telling me now just eating is going to make you fat? So it's gone so far that one way. It's like, wait a minute, guys, breathe for a second. Breathe. A 60-year-old woman has to take in, they recommend 15 to 2,000 calories just to retain what she has.
Right.
And that's a person that's very senior citizen and also, not training. Yeah. I pointed at you when I said senior citizen.
No.
We got our AAP card or whatever. What is it called? What's the card?
You're not that far behind.
I know. I'm right with you, man. I'm as old.
You keep throwing that around. You're right behind me.
Honey, are you hungry yet?
I've been hungry. I've been hungry for my whole life.
You want some tuna fish and cream of rice?
I'll take an air sandwich with some warm milk.
Oh, dude, don't look at the counter.
I'm not going to the kitchen, please.
You're not. You gotta go upstairs.
Well, what's the comments now?
Oh, no. Tell me. I mean, in the kitchen.
In the kitchen, they got good food. I'm going straight upstairs after this. I'm locking more door and staying away from you guys. Go for it, Johnny.
What's the effect of fasting while taking the likes of BPC, TV, Retta, etc.? Or should the fast wait until cycle's finished to utilize the time being on cycle? Woo! Okay. What are the effects of fasting? You're not going to get any different effects from BPC or TB 500 from fasting. It's not going to do any difference whether you fast or you don't fast. With Retta, it's probably going to make you fast to a certain extent. And it's going to curb your appetite. So, I mean, you're not going to eat during those periods when you're on it. So, should you fast? Should the fast wait until cycle's finished to utilize? I mean, you can fast if you want to. It doesn't matter if you fast on these things or not. It really doesn't matter. So you can do it. You can wait. You can stop. Do it afterwards, whatever you want to do. But it's really not going to affect anything on there. Now, listen, if you're fasting and taking Retta and you're controlling this fast, I don't know how long you're going to fast for. You're probably going to be burning some calories there too as well. You're probably going to lose some weight. If that's the objective, then great. But the only other thing I would say is that, one, you're going to want to make sure you're working out. And two, you better get some protein in on there, because I wouldn't cycle down. I don't know. I'm trying to look at your picture. So do you need to lose a whole bunch of weight? Is that why you're doing it?
He doesn't look bad, right? The picture?
I mean,
I can't tell. I see
Looks like a good size.
red shirt, one in green. Doesn't matter. You can utilize both of them. Doesn't matter either way you want.
I so worry about society, because now he's doing something that's going to help him, right, with the Retta.
Yep.
And then they're still incorporated in the fasting.
I don't know why.
I know the studies, again, I know most of these people need to hear the studies, and the studies are talking about fat loss. It's not like you're going to tenfold fat loss on fasting compared to eating healthy or being in a deficit. So
that's what I'm saying.
It's the older people too that can read and common sense comprehend that I'm getting older. I'm going to eat less food. That's going to make me healthy. Wow, that's such a backwards thought.
Yeah.
It's like food is the ultimate.
Mm-hmm. It's your nutrient system. It's everything.
Yeah.
You know, it's a fuel. It's what drives our body and helps our body. I mean, you know, nutrition, that's a big part of things. I don't think until I really got older until I started really realizing that.
The world is coming in an interesting way with like the kidneys and livers and the cleaning out the toxins and all this, which I love is the fact that we breathe. We breathe during our sleep. It's not like we're doing it. It's your hair grows. It's not like you're doing it. Your nails grow. Your body's rebuilding itself. It's not because of something you do. But I gotta tell my liver and kidneys to take care of themselves because they have no idea what they're doing. Oh, wait a minute. When did this come about? The whole fasting thing was a fad, just like everything else was. It's like, stop. Your body's amazing. It's freaking amazing. It is made to protect you and keep you healthy. But when you start playing God with it and going, I'm going to take nutrients away, I'm going to take this away, it's like, all right, I can't help you.
Yeah. This is a good one. It says, Mike, how do you deal with injuries, or what is your advice to push through? I'm currently dealing with golfer's elbow, and my doctor has advised to rest it 100% for 6 to 8 weeks. But I'm having an issue not doing anything upper body. Thanks in advance. So with this, listen, Charles, BPC 157 and TB 500, or our healing package or Wolverine package has KPV in it too as well now. That's going to be the ultimate with dealing with golf elbow, tennis elbow, ligaments, joints, tendons. I mean, open cuts. I mean, there's a lot of different things, but especially this. A lot of people go through this and they get tennis elbow or golf elbow, and man, it sucks in your daily routine. Even if you have golfer's elbow and you like put your arm down on your rest in the middle center console, it hurts. So at that point, like, you know, it can be debilitating, and it could definitely, regress you in a lot of your train one and daily activities. So BPC and TB500, probably like 4 to 6 weeks, it would probably be all healed. Probably in the first week or two, you're going to get some alleviation and be able to go back in there and push some blood through there, because that's what you're going to want to get. A lot of people wear a lot of braces. If you're doing braces and you're holding the brace on the whole time, it's restricting the blood flow to get to the injured area. So, if you got to use a brace and sparing time's great, but try to leave it off. You want to get blood flow through there, take the inflammation out. That's what BPC and TB500 and KPV can do too as well.
I think it's a good one for you to answer because you live in the world of bumps and bruises. So not so much about the tennis elbow.
How do you deal with it? Injuries.
Yeah, but how do you deal with the owies and the tweaks that you've had? Is this okay, Jeffrey? Yeah. So how have you dealt with?
I don't ever stop my training. I train like you have to train a little smarter. I think that was one of the first things that me and you did when I couldn't incline bench at all because it murdered my shoulders. But the thing is here's an idea. Let's not put 225 on there. Let's start with the bar.
Right.
I think working through injuries is just working out smarter. You can still get to, there's a million exercise per whatever muscle you wanted to do. So if the one that's going straight up and down is hurting, let's put it at a little bit of an angle to take some of the pressure or whatever you're feeling. Let's take some of that away. It doesn't mean I'm going to sit, like there's no way I'm going to have something wrong with me and I'm sitting out for 6 weeks and not training. Just not.
Right.
That's just not built in my brain to do. But what I can do is kind of train around it until it starts feeling better that I can get back to it.
I think one of the first things we talked about that is that we've both been in the trenches well over 4 decades. And I saw some pictures of him riding bulls. That's what he did going into college, riding bulls, man. You're getting tossed and hit and you're riding oh my God. That being said, we believe that blood flow to areas that are tweaked, injured, or anything is the greatest thing you can do for that area and movement. So I understand tennis elbow and all those kind of things are a pain in the ass, but I agree with you kind of have to keep moving and grooving and just be smart about anything like that. I don't see anybody doing 6 to 8 weeks off, 2 months.
Yeah,
Billy, go back home. Take 2 months off.
yeah,
Don't train your shoulders.
No.
It's just, that's a tough one. And that might be, if for the person asking this question, I would talk to a PT person, not your family doctor. Because a doctor told him, doctors are great with that. Something hurts, stop.
Yes, that's the answer. That's the answer to everything. It hurts or it's a little too rough on you. Hey, do it.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, thanks for that advice. I appreciate it.
So Johnny, I know that you've dealt with some shoulder stuff going on.
Sure.
And I still see that you push around it and you do other body parts and you're still forcing blood through the whole, like anything. Every body part has a secondary or a third body part that's still working.
Of course.
So what is some of the take that you've done on the training outside of maybe not hitting shoulders?
I still hit shoulders, so I'm still doing light work on shoulders.
There you go. He still does it.
Yeah.
He still does it.
Got to we went with I need a total shoulder replacement. My right shoulder, my left shoulder's almost all gone. My ace joint's gone. Everything's gone. Right. So I'm total bone on my right side. Been like that for 2 years. It's like every day when I wake up, man, it's pain because I'm a side sleeper, and I have less mobility. I can barely raise my arm up. But BPC and TB500 helped me take the inflammation away, give me more mobility in the morning to start moving. So when I train, obviously I have to train a lot smarter. It's not like going underneath the bench and getting in just like what I used to do. So I train. I know the weight I can bench, comfortably by myself. I know dumbbells I can do by myself when I'm not putting much strain. But I'm really concentrating on my form, and I'm not going too crazy. Like I'm going with intensity through my set. But at that point, like if I think I can get another 2 or 3, I might only get like 1 more. Because I know like I'm going to do something and I might tweak it or push a little bit in a different way where I might hurt myself. And that extra 1, I know it goes a long way for some people, but for me, it might mean an injury. So I got to be smart about it. So that's how I do it. I mean, in every other body part I'm fine with. So I can do legs, I can do chest, I can do pretty much everything else. But shoulders and not having my shoulders the way that I want them can affect different things too as well. So I just trying to be smart about it, not injure myself to regress. I don't want any regression, I want progression. So if I can build a little bit more at a time, which right now I've been doing. So last 2 weeks, I've been hitting it real hard. When I went down to Cancun, I got stem cells, Billy, with Mike. I rested like a week beforehand and took like maybe like a week and a half to 2 weeks to really like let them go and do their thing. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, I can't do this no more. I was like, I gotta do something. So I started getting in and doing my thing, and I'm like, oh man, like it's starting to come around, and things are starting to come back to where they need to be. And I'm in pain in my shoulders for sure. And then even when like I do like a lat pull down, it hurts in the back of my lat because it's all destroyed back there and the way that it goes. So I'm just pulling through it. And it is what it is. I'm just gonna pull through it and just and try to get that muscle activated and get the blood flow through there as much as possible.
Yeah. I think this is an easy answer for you, Johnny.
What brand BBC is recommended? Kite Medical Center. Call our text 727-389-3220. That's the best brand, guaranteed. And like I said, we have different blends that have BBC, TB 500, and KPV all in one injection. It should help with the healing time, better results. So that's what I would ask if you call or text. Question: are there peptides for labrum tears on the shoulders? So we were talking about some of these before, BPC, TB500, and then incorporating like a growth hormone releasing hormone peptide, right, to raise IGF-1 levels, or just use straight IGF-1 LR3. That would be the best thing I would do for a labrum tear. At that point, you're getting more blood flow there. You're raising growth hormone levels to help repair that area, recover in that area, and then being able to do some rehab on that area. Hopefully, that would help the tear. It just depends how big the tear is and how nasty that tear is too as well. I mean, I got like my buddy Eric right here, Billy, right? Mm-hmm. So he works for some of the major medical device companies, and I actually like. So you want to explain kind of what it is?
Yeah.
So this guy is like the shoulder guru, right? Like, so explain to them what you do exactly, like in your job, I guess, like what you would do. So in a short term, from what I understand, and he can correct me if I'm wrong, Eric would go in there and they give him these pieces of equipment that they put into shoulders, total replacements and everything. And he'll explain this. And he actually tells the doctor where to put it. So the doctor doesn't even know. He has the pieces and he's literally telling him, like, put it here, this goes here, and total shoulder replacements. Do you want to explain that?
Yeah. So basically, we're basically surgical consultants in the OR. So we wear scrubs. We go in. We're behind the surgical field, and all the instrumentation and implants that most physicians use come from the company I represent. So we're basically the experts on the product, how it works, how the different sizes, the different cuts, the guides. So a lot of times we provide intraoperative consultation where the doctor asks us a question, hey, Eric, you think I could use this stem with this, Glenosphere and that kind of thing. And you got to give them the textbook answer on the sizes and give them advice on it. And some guys, the newer guys, are like, look at it, what do I do next? And then you just got to tell them what to do next. So it's pretty wild. And, a lot of times, the reps make more than the docs too, depending on what they're using. So it's a fun job, but you have to know your shit, and you got to be buttoned up, because if you don't know, you can't tell them the wrong thing because the patient's on the table.
What are the top 3 things for shoulders that they replace or repair? Yeah,
so total shoulder replacement is usually, they call it primary total shoulder arthroplasty. That's where the shoulder, the humeral head is arthritic changes, and there's basically no more cartilage to get the ball and socket joint. So it's just grinding. So then what they'll do is they'll cut off the humeral head. They'll put a titanium stem through the humerus, and then they put a titanium ball on there. And then your glenoid, which is your socket, they'll ream all that out and put a plastic poly in there, which acts to give it the resurfacing, and that's the total shoulder. And then the reverse total shoulder is for patients with irreparable rotator cuff syndrome, where you get kind of a hyperflexion this way, and it just kind of sublux out because there's no cuff to keep it intact. And they basically reverse the anatomy to where you have your humeral head on your glenoid, and then the cup is on the humerus. So it's reverse anatomy. And that's more invasive. And that's where it's really challenging to wipe your ass, to grab things. So all the simple basic tasks you have in life, you can't do anymore.
Not fun, guys. Definitely not fun.
Yeah, so
Take care of those shoulders.
but there's different pathologies on the issues.
You just got the expert right there, for sure.
Hoosiers, baby.
Hoosiers.
He's an IU alumni, if you can't tell. What's the most important thing when it comes to the gym? Like consistency or locking in? Or what is all of your motivators? What keeps you guys going in the tough times? So, oh man, this is crazy. So what's the most important thing when it comes to the gym? Being consistent, locking in, going in there and getting the job done with intensity. You know, that's the best thing. The motivator should be you. It should be wanting to better yourself, better body. This is just in my opinion. But that would be the motivator. Motivator is to overcome anything that you thought you couldn't do or somebody else thought you couldn't do. And what keeps you going through the rough times? The good times. Looking back on those memories, saying, hey, listen, this was good. I know it could be good again. I'm going to fight like hell to get back to that level.
And I think like training, like we all train by ourselves every now and then, but I think like having a good training partner helps in those lack times, because I don't care what anybody says. We all have those days. We all have those days where I go, God, if I just sit myself on this couch, right?
Yeah.
Or, hey, I've just flown across the country. I'm not going to the gym, right? But if you have that person that you trust, that you can train with, I feel that they're huge motivators in like that's one of the, not because he's here, but one of the best things about coming out here is when we go to the gym, it's a battle, right? Yeah. It's a fun kind of one of those battles, because that's what I was telling them at home. I train with some guys, and I feel like they lack in, like they just want me to lead through the workout. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, you guys, I don't know what you need to do, but you need to figure it out, because you're killing me. You're killing me, because not only do I have to motivate myself, now I got to motivate other people. I don't want to do that. I want you to some days to motivate me. So when we go to the gym, it's on, boy. I mean, when we step in the door, buddy, it's on.
Friendship is done.
Yeah. But I feel that's how you make your best gains and how you do your best work in the gym. Yeah. And it's not yes, I know he's stronger than me. I just don't let him know that.
So wait a minute, last 2 days, you not lifted me, kid.
So I feel that's a big thing too, is having a good, and I know we all can't have that, but I mean, if you can find somebody that's in that same battleground with you, that will help you through some of the tough times, or, trying to motivate you. But yes, you are right. It's you that needs to motivate you. You can't depend on somebody else to do it, because they're not going to do it.
No, hell no. Nobody's going to motivate you better than you can motivate yourself. And that just is what it is. People might do something that might motivate you to motivate yourself. They piss in your Cheerios. They tell you to do something, right? And that motivates the hell out of you. My dad used to do it to me all the time. Hey, man, he's like, you can be a skinny dude your whole life if you don't eat and train. I'm like, okay. And like, he used to tell me that, man. And that just resonated with me. And that would be like, all right, I'm going to show you. And anybody else that could do something, I'm going to show you, watch. And that motivated me like hell. So different people get motivated by different things. But I think old school, that reverse psychology type thing, that motivates me the best, for sure.
I think Billy and me agree on this. I know this is going to seem odd to the young man that's asking. He asked here, what's the most important thing about when you go to the gym? It's about nutrition. It has nothing to do with the gym before you walk into the gym. And the reason we say this is it's a cool thing, the gym is. But the gym is just a stimulant. That's all it is. Mm-hmm. You're going in there to shock the body. If you don't have the right food the first 24 hours before that and the 24 hours after that, then what you're doing is, this is kind of wild. Nobody talks about it. You're actually going into the gym and breaking down your body where it can't recover.
Yeah.
So now you're destroying your body.
Yeah.
The gym isn't great if you're not smart enough to comprehend the fact that you have to recover and feed the body. And everybody just thinks, I'm just going to the gym. I'm going to do great. And that's that. I eat like shit.
Yeah.
Great job. Great job. You're not going to end up like this in our back nine, where we still get a tussle and do this if you're just breaking your body down.
Yep.
And so I got to say this again, and I'll guarantee you get the same thing. When I go to expos, and I've been doing this since the 80s, I've never had somebody come up to me and say, I'm great on my diet. I'm not that good in the gym. Every person walks up to me and says, I'm a beast in the gym,
But I can't get my diet on track.
I can't get my food on track. It's like, I get it. Everybody's a beast in the gym. I get it. It's all about the nutrition going in and coming out, and just being understanding that it's a stimulant in the gym.
Yep.
Have fun with it. So I know that's probably what you were hoping to be like. What's the best thing in the gym? The best thing in the gym is that you're fueled and you recover from the gym.
Yep.
And then have fun in the gym.
Yes.
Have fun.
God.
You know, and like you said, man, when you expect, nobody expects more out of me than I expect out of me.
Yep.
There's nobody in my life, never been, that could tell me to train harder than I'm already telling myself. And I think that everybody has to have that. And I know that you have that. And you're like, you don't need the 25-year-old. And he trains with these young bucks that are freaking beasts. These monsters that are out there wrestling. These kids are great, man. Over at Gunners and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But no matter how great you are, you gotta expect the most out of you and get into a tussle when you go into the gym.
Right. That's right.
Great question, kiddo. I'm sorry, the answer is basic.
It's true.
You know, yeah. So harsh reality. Clip it, everybody. Clip it. We have time for one more.
Yeah.
Jeffrey, pick a banger.
It's one for John.
Lots of opinions for TRT on how many times you should administer weekly. We'd love to hear your thoughts on every other day, splitting it daily, or a couple times a week for more markers and getting full benefits of it. Listen, there's so many different people out there preaching so many different ways on how to administer testosterone. If you're doing an injectable, you can do it through an intramuscular, or you can do it subcutaneous. Totally up to you. Intramuscular is what I would recommend. It's what we tell every one of our patients to do. It works the best, what we've seen. You're splitting the dose of whatever it is in that week. So if it's 200 milligrams on Monday, you're going to take the 100 milligrams, and on Thursday, you're going to take another 100 milligrams. What that's going to do is it's going to raise your level up, and you're going to stay even keel across the board. If you take it old school way, I only want to take one shot a week. What's going to happen is your level is going to go up. You're going to dive down at the end of the week. Beginning of the week, you take your next shot, you're going back up. Doesn't sound really good, right? Subcutaneous. A lot of these guys, a lot of people pushing subcutaneous. They've been pushing this the whole time I've been open. I've always heard people ask me, can I take it subcutaneously? You can, but testosterone itself and the oil are not meant to be going subcutaneous, so it might irritate the skin, might make a bruise, whatever it may be. You want to inject yourself every day or every other day, whatever it is like that, go ahead. I would just tell you to test your levels and see where they really stand, instead of saying what the other guy online saying, or TikTok, or whatever the hell it is, because I see these guys doing this. The other thing is if you're injecting with an insulin needle, you know how hard it is to pull oil through an insulin needle? If you haven't ever done it, I suggest you do it, because it's not the easiest thing, trust me. And if you're backloading a syringe, that means you're taking the plunger out and you're putting that in there, and then you're putting the plunger back in. Do you know how many cross-contaminations or contaminations could be in that, or what could happen to you if you inject that and there is one? There's just so many different variables there that I would say, listen, it works don't try to change it. If you want to try to change it, injecting subcutaneously, you're more than welcome to, but I guarantee you're not going to get any more benefit out of it.
Because I kind of know what it is, but I don't know what it is. So
what's
I'm
that?
just is micro dosing TRT.
That's what he's
The
saying.
microdosing is subcutaneously taking it like daily. So that's what people are
Okay,
doing.
so that
Take like
okay.
30 milligrams a day or something like that, or maybe a little bit
Yeah.
under. But listen, I'm being totally honest with you guys. I'm like a pincushion. I inject 10 times a day, probably at the minimum level. Okay. And I inject all over. So it's not like, oh, I'm just going to inject subcutaneous. I inject testosterone in my glutes. I inject a lot of peptides in my stomach. And then I inject a lot of peptides in my shoulders. But I still get bumps. I get bumps from like HCG and like IGF-1 in my stomach. And that's water-based. I've done, because, you know, I'm always the person that says, listen, I'm going to try this before a patient's going to try it. That way I can give my firsthand experience of how I liked it or what it did to me. I injected subcutaneously for the week, and I had nodules all over my stomach. And I had like irritation, like red marks afterwards, and started itching. I was like, man, this isn't for me. So if you're good with having lumps, I guess, in your subcutaneous spots, then go ahead. But for me, my body is aesthetically pleasing. So at that point, like, you know, I don't want a whole bunch of bumps on it. I don't want it to feel like that. And at that point, I want the bang for the buck and not to inject every single day with testosterone if I don't have to.
Yeah.
It was great, Johnny.
Yeah.
You know,
Thank you, my friend.
I
Thank you.
appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Thanks for hanging out today.
Yeah, I'll get with you. I'll fill out that paperwork. I'll get with you.
Got you, Billy. I'll take care of you.
Yeah,
man.
man.
We'll get you rocking and rolling, bro.
Thank you very much for that. I
Of
appreciate
course,
it.
Look at-
of course.
Oh, look at this guy. He's going to get all freaky on us now.
Right. That's right.
Oh, Billy guy. Watch what he happens. He's teaming up with Titan Medical. Oh, boy.
It's gonna be on like
Thanks,
Donkey
Johnny.
Kong. All right, guys.
Have a great day, brother.
See you too. Bye-bye.
Yeah, for a second here.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let's go live. Let me liven up your shit for you, boy.
Ooh. 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 Whoa.
Papa City, get an onion ring.
I got to get a meal in. I'm coming back too. We're out. We'll see you guys in a flash. We're coming back.